I'm Tony with Harper Therapy.
Hi, I'm Giada with Harper Therapy.
And we are here today to talk to you about self-compassion and being a mom, and kind of how that comes in when you're pregnant and postpartum, which is one of my big soapboxes I like to sit on a lot.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of changes that happen when you're pregnant and after the baby that I feel like society and doctors don't prepare you for. So you kind of sit in this world and you feel like you literally feel like you're going crazy because you think all these weird things are happening and you just don't know what to do about it, and you're afraid to mention it because people are going to think you're crazy and maybe they're going to take your baby because you're so crazy. So it's just like a domino effect of things that happen, right?
It's a cycle. And this is the second live of a 4-session live.
Yes.
And we are wearing crowns because the mommying process requires you to remember that you can wear a crown no matter the mistakes that we make, no matter the ups and downs. We can wear that crown because we're trying our very best.
Yes. And you could have even an invisible crown. I like that. When you feel like you're having a bad day, remember to keep your head up because otherwise your crown falls.
Exactly. I like that.
Yes. So yesterday, Giara and I were talking about some of the mom anxieties and fears that we have, and we started to laugh because first of all, we were talking about during pregnancy, some of the irrational things we got upset about. My thing was that I didn't have the dipping sauce to go with the cinnamon sticks, and I cried and I threw the cinnamon sticks away from Pizza Hut.
And mine was that I didn't have Swiss cheese and they had put cheddar cheese. So this goes to the fact that there is a biological component to the whole emotional aspect of pregnancy, which is the unchangeable fact that our hormones change. And that we do get a rise in neurochemical release, and we do deplete some of our neurochemicals, and we completely act out of character. And we're not going crazy. And this is what we're coming here to normalize. This is part of that emotional, hormonal, and neurochemical roller coaster of being pregnant.
And then after pregnancy, this is where I get on my soapbox, because I feel that you have all these appointments when you're pregnant, and then you pop a baby out and you're supposed to be all better, back to normal in 6 weeks. I don't know about you, but it took more than 6 weeks for me to get back to feeling myself. And just some of the crazy things that you think afterwards, and like I remember crying over my dinner for no reason. It was a perfectly good dinner. I was just crying. I had no idea why. And then the mom fears that come up. Right?
So we both share the same fear. Let me go back a little bit. The amount of time that it takes for the body and the brain to get back into functioning can be 9, 12, up to 18 months after a child is born. So once again, you're not going to feel like your previous self after 6 weeks. You're medically cleared to go back to function here,
normal. Right?
But you're not going to be the same.
No, I remember it took probably 2 years before I finally woke up and I was like,
oh,
there I am. Okay, all right, I got this. So it does. It takes a second. So, but
then the fears, the postpartum fears.
So the common fear that Giara and I found that we had was bridges and causeways, and when you're driving over them, and the fact that I constantly, even when the kids are not with me, I plan a car accident in my head. And what am I going to do? Not that I'm going to drive my car over the bridge, but somebody's going to rear end me, and they're going to rear end me so hard that my car is going to flip into the water, and I have to somehow unbuckle myself, and I have 2 kids, unbuckle both my children and get them out of the car safely. In a matter of seconds.
And that when you look at that increases anxiety exponentially. You didn't have to worry about that before the baby. You didn't have to worry about that before the second baby either. But all of a sudden, that postpartum change of how you view the world is dramatic.
Yes. And I feel like women just don't always talk about this because there's such a fear and a stigma around, then you're going to be crazy. And then, if you tell your doctor, they're going to make you go on meds. But actually, I think it's just really common. Like, both of us, I think when I brought it up yesterday, you saw the relief, like, oh my God, you too?
I'm not the only one.
Whoa! Like, because we had the same exact fear, and it was just a relief. So, with giving you all of this, thing can help is if you give yourself some compassion.
Yes.
Which is oftentimes easier said than done, and we completely understand that. But there are to help you break it down, there are 3 components to self-compassion. There's mindfulness, common humanity, and how you talk to yourself.
Yeah.
So mindfulness.
The mindfulness is taking a moment, taking a breath, checking in with yourself, like hold your cheeks, hug yourself, hand over heart, and hand over stomach, and kind of taking deep breaths and giving yourself that moment of, this is okay. Knowing that you can give yourself that love and care at that moment, knowing I am here now. I am not in a car crossing a bridge. Nobody has rear-ended me. I do not have to save my child from the car that is sinking. I am here. I am safe. She is safe. They are safe.
Yep.
So that's mindfulness, taking that moment. And we do this exercise a lot in session where we ask clients, put your hand over your heart, hold it, and take deep breaths with me as we go through the mindfulness exercise. I love that one.
Yeah, I think it's just really important to remember to acknowledge it, because it's okay. Any emotion you feel, it's okay. The second one, common humanity, couldn't talk for a second, is kind of why I felt it was really important to talk about this here, is because to know you are not alone, and that other people feel the same way. And as much as you feel scared to bring it up to others, I understand the fear, but just say it out loud.
Yeah.
And I think that you'll realize that someone else is going to have that, oh my God, you too? That moment where like you feel that instant, like, yes. So, and then the last one is talking to yourself the way you would talk to a friend.
Yeah.
So a lot of times our inner dialogue is, well, you're so crazy because you're thinking this, you suck, you're a terrible mom, and that's why you're worried about this.
Yeah.
But if your friend came to you and said, oh my God, I'm having these ridiculous thoughts about my kids.
It's okay. This is part of being a mom. Take a moment. You're a good mom. We talk to that to our friends, like that to our friends. And it's sometimes difficult to talk to ourselves in that same manner.
Yep, absolutely. So just remembering in those moments to reel it in and adjust that self-talk. I understand this is a lot of stuff. And you probably won't do it all at once, but maybe just start with being more mindful and just taking a deep breath when you start to feel that.
Yeah.
So if you need more tips, or you're just looking for some help on just mommying in this crazy world, please give us a call at Harper Therapy, 813-434-3639, and we'll see you in a few weeks with another session.
Yes. Wear your crowns, everybody.
Bye. Bye.